Good morning everyone, I'm going to be ranking every seasonal Uber from worst to best in Battle Cats. And it was actually very difficult to rank them because they all have different purposes, and remember that this is my personal opinion. You'll most likely think differently, and that's okay. Also, I will not include talents. At number 40, the worst seasonal Uber is Summer Luga. It has low HP, DPS, movement speed, and attack speed. The range is good, but the range doesn't bring much value when there is nothing to do with the range. All that it does is a surge attack and nothing else. Next on the list is First Love Mercia. She has pretty much every single stat increased apart from range. And she also has a 100% chance to create a wave attack and 30% chance to dodge red and floating, but dodge isn't very good in my opinion. Moving on to Frozen Rose Cat, it has pretty similar stats, however she has a 75% chance to freeze zombies, which might be the worst trait. And she wouldn't be at F tier if she would have been good against any other trait instead. Entering E tier with Floral Kalisa, and she's actually pretty decent against zombies with massive damage against them and fast movement speed, but yet again it's against the worst trait. And I know it's good to have anti-zombies, but it's not as good as having other things. Then we have Winter General Kaime with a 50% chance to slow red and floating and 25% chance to deliver a savage blow with surge attacks. Next up is KG Klaus, which is a tank that doesn't tank and strengthens by 100% at 50% health. I guess that's alright, but not too great. The thing is that it's good against Red and Aku, which isn't the best traits, but I can throw up a list of how I rank the traits. From one tank to another we have Seashore Kai, and she has pretty much every single stat better except range, which I don't even know why a tank should have long range. And she's resistant to blackened zombies. In my opinion, tanks aren't that good. They can be good in certain scenarios, but there isn't a lot of scenarios when you need them, cause meat shields pretty much does their job. Then we have Coastal Explorer Kanna, and she can be pretty good, but she's very unreliable. She has multi-hit, and her hits are very random, and her damage is decent at best. I wouldn't say that she's necessarily bad. Moving on to Springtime Kenshin, which is fairly similar with more general DPS and more DPS against its specific trait, which is Angels. It also has a 100% chance to knock them back, plus she's way more reliable than Kanna. And then we have Wave Rider Ku, which arguably is worse than Kenshin cause all of her stats are worse, but she's strong against two traits, floating and zombies, and one of them are really good, floating. And the same goes for Santa Ku, which is the exact same but against alien and angels. Cake Machine, he has more HP and DPS than Seashore Kai, but he's resistant to Angels and Aku, and he has a 50% chance to weaken them, plus a 75% chance to pierce shields. Moving on to Pumpkin Sodom, 75% chance to knock back metal, resistant to them, and metal killer. He is good against metal, but pretty much only to metal, and metal isn't a very important trait. Entering D tier with Spooky Thundia, and she deals a lot of damage to black enemies, and that's pretty much it, but she does it very well. And Hallowindy is pretty much the exact same but against alien instead, and she also has a tiny bit longer range, so that's why she's above Thundia. Tropical Kalisa? I can already feel the hatred flooding through the comment section, and I haven't even said anything yet. Tropical Kalisa is good, really good, against the arguably worst trait. Music Fest Thundia, she's similar but against angels and she also freezes them. These last 4 or 5 is pretty much the exact same thing but to different traits, so they're kinda equally as good depending on what you want to counter. Then we have Love Struck Lizard Demon, and remember that this is without any talents. The original Lizard Demon Cat without any talents isn't the best, and this is even worse. However, he also has a 30% chance to knock back, freeze, slow and weaken traded enemies, but with a single attack. Next up is Frosty Kai, and she has better HP, DPS, attack speed and movement speed than Cake Machine. Plus, she's resistant to Angel and Alien instead of Angel and Aku. She's also faster than Seashore Kai and the original Kai. Reindeer Terran, pretty decent range, strong against Black and Alien and 100% chance to knock them back. Blooming Kamakura, 50% chance to knock back and slow Metal and Aku with a pretty long range. And then we have Snow Angel Twin Stars that has way more DPS than Spooky Thundia and deals massive damage against 2 traits instead of 1, Floating and Angel. Moving on to Betrothed Balaluga with an insanely long range that freezes all enemies but only for about 2 seconds, and it takes 10 seconds for him to attack, so it's not as good as it sounds, but still good. It also has Omni Strike for some reason. I thought I would include that because it's kind of funny. Then we have Bunny and Canard, and he has just a little bit less DPS than Lovestruck Lesser Demon, but he has area attack. However, he only attacks 2 traits at a time. First form Red and Black, second form Red and Zombie, and third form Red and Aku. But other than Lesser Demon, he has the most amount of DPS out of everyone in the entire list. Squirt Gun Saki, she is similar but with longer range and about half of the DPS, which is still more than pretty much everyone else on the list. Her effective range is 500 to 900. First form attacks only Floating and Black, second form attack only Floating and Angel, same as the third form, but it gains the strong ability in the third form too, which means more DPS. And then we have Sweet Aphrodite, and she's a long range damage dealer which can be useful in a lot of different stages, but the original Aphrodite is superior in every single way, but if that's all you got then it will somewhat work. Next up is Seabreeze Coppermine. She has a 50% chance to freeze Red, Black and Metal for about 4 seconds. And the same goes for Holy Coppermine, but she freezes Angel and Alien for 5 seconds. Lilith Cat has better HP, range, attack speed and movement speed, and she has a 75% chance to freeze Angel and Aku for 4 seconds. Entering C tier with White Butler Wiggler, his first form has a 50% chance to freeze Red and Aku for 5 seconds, and 50% chance to pierce shields with wave attacks, and his second form is the same but freezes Black and Aku instead. The Dark Hero variants are pretty much going to be high by default, cause they're basically multiple cats in one. Moving on to Kronos the Bride with a 50% chance to slow, weaken and curse traded enemies for 1.5 seconds, and 20% chance to create a mini-wave. She is surprisingly good, however she's a little unreliable since the debuffs aren't guaranteed, but she's still good, although the original Kronos is superior. Rabbit Satoru, 100% chance to freeze Traitless for 5 seconds with a really good effective range and trigger range. Simple, but effective. Next up is Night Beach Lillian, and she's strong against Traitless and Aliens, which are very important traits, and she deals a lot of damage to them, and she can also dodge their attacks with a 20% chance. Plus, she also breaks barriers, which is helpful. Kaguya of the Coast, 100% chance to slow Black, Alien and Aku for about 4 seconds with a 50% chance to pierce shields. She also has alright range, not too great but not bad at all. Entering B tier with Skull Rider Vars, he has a 100% chance to knock back and slow Alien and Zombies for 5 seconds. And the thing is that his attack speed is almost 5 seconds as well, so he almost perma-slows them. Plus, he has a 50% chance to break barriers. Before we go into the top 5, I just want to give you a friendly reminder that there is a subscribe button under the video, and if you press it, then it instantly makes me happy. Yeah, I know it's crazy what kind of technology we have today. You can simply press a button to make someone happy. Like, it's crazy. Yuletide Nurse, 50% chance to knock back and slow Angel, Alien and Aku for 4 seconds. Next up is Count Yukimura, and he might even be better than the original Yukimura. He has almost the same DPS, he's faster than the original, and he deals massive damage against floating, which might even be better than the original. Plus, he survives a lethal strike, which means that he gets one more try than the original Yokomura. Sweet Love Mekaku, first form 50% chance to freeze Tierlist for 4 seconds, second form same but to black, third form same but to relics. The Amazing Catman, he might also be better than his original. He has better DPS, attack speed and movement speed. His first form deals massive damage against red and floating, his second form deals massive damage to red and angel. He's also immune to wave attacks, which isn't that big, but the original Catman doesn't do that. At the first place, the very best seasonal Uber, in my opinion, is Midsummer Rabbit. Her first form has a 100% chance to freeze Black and Angel, her second form is strong against Black and Angel, and her third form is strong against Black and Angel and a 100% chance to knock back and slow Black and Angel with immunity to wave attacks. And all her forms have good range and good DPS. That's it for this video, and if you liked it, then it would be very much appreciated if you could leave me a like on this video and comment what you think of the list. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.